Hey, this is Charlie with CD Paving and Seal Coating, and we are coming at you here from Anson, Texas. Well, we're getting ready to put down a blacktop parking lot in. This is a gravel lot, and there's some other areas in the parking lot we're going to be paving over also, but as you can see, it's just a gravel lot. It's for a prison. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to lay some blacktop, make it all black and smooth and pretty. Our guy's coming in here with the tractor to polish up some areas and re-roll the road base in, and then we're gonna lay some hot mix asphalt. It's gonna be a nice 109 degrees here in Anson, Texas, and we're gonna get it done for him. CD Paving can handle anything. So we're out here, we're after it, and here we go.
So there's many reasons why you would want your parking lots paved. This prison had a couple of reasons. The front and back lots and back loop was just gravel and there was a lot of holes in them. And the front asphalt lot was in rough shape because there was some construction that was done on some buildings. And it kind of got scarred up in that process.
Hot mix has just showed up and we're laying a mat of hot blacktop. We're tying it in with the concrete edge here. It's sizzling hot. Trucks are coming in. We're starting on the back loop.
So when the blacktop comes out to the job site, it comes out very hot, 300 degrees plus. You got to have the right kind of equipment to do a job like this. Paving machines, tractors, skid steers, rollers, pneumatic rollers as well. And you got to have an experienced crew out there as well. This is something not for amateurs to just take on their own, as I'm sure you well know. But on a good job like this, we had a good base to start with. The hot mix was a pristine product that we used out there. And we had the best of help and crew to get out there and get the job done in this Texas heat.
All right, folks, so it is a process. We're out here laying the blacktop on the loop. We're laying our blacktop in. This is kind of a difficult area because there's not a lot of room to maneuver in here. So if you notice, there's a lot of blacktop on the edges here. It kind of looks like it's spilled over. That'll all be cleaned up in the end. Right now, we're laying our blacktop. Roller man is coming in and rolling it in. And we're still laying our blacktop out. So the process is moving along.
So what this back loop was for a security truck to drive to the back of the prison and just make sure there was no shenanigans going on behind it. And they've been driving on a pretty rough road, as you can see here. This is what it was like before we started the paving process. Uneven, narrow. And here it was after we got the blacktop laid. A nice, black, smooth surface for the security truck to drive down and keep a watchful eye on everything. What you see now is the tack coat being applied to the parking lot. That is the glue, more or less, to help the new asphalt stick to the old asphalt. It just makes a tackier surface so everything adheres better. We got 2 skid steers on this pile here because it's laid in belly dumps, but it'll make the pile go so much faster as we feed into the paving machine. On a big lot like this, things do happen to go down much faster. Our rake men are out there getting things smoothed up, and then the roller's automatically on it, compacting it and compressing it, and this process is going down pretty quick. Three very important pieces of equipment to have on a job like this is a big steel drum roller, a big pneumatic rubber tire roller, and a whacker plate. These 3 tools will help this job compact and smooth up very quickly, and it's exactly what you need on a big job like this. What you see happening here is the trucks bringing in the blacktop. They're going to come in belly dumps on this particular project, and our skid steer operators are right there to pick it up and to put it into the paving machine.
All right, so what you see behind me is what we paved yesterday. What you see going on right now is we're adding on to the parking lot. So some people worry about, is there going to be a seam between the old blacktop, when I say old, I mean it was laid yesterday, and the blacktop that gets laid here today? The short answer is no. If the weather is hot and the blacktop is hot, and it is summertime, and they get that roller right on it, you don't see much of a seam. That's where the new layer was laid here today. This was the old one yesterday. So not much of a seam at all. Plus, if there is a seam, traffic will usually iron it out.
And as you can see, there's not much of a seam there. The asphalt is hot, the weather is hot, the rakemen are there to fluff the edge out, and the roller comes in right behind it and compresses it all down flat together. There is no idle time on a job like this. There's lots of men out there working, and they all have a job to do because we want to get the blacktop laid before the blacktop starts to cool off and set up. Of course, on a day like today, it's not going to set up very quickly. But having a crew this size and having this much equipment is what it takes to do a job like this. Once everything is rolled in with the steel drum rollers, the next important part of this job is bringing in a pneumatic roller, rubber tires to compress and smooth out all the roller seams and edges. This is what makes the parking lot nice and tight.
So right now we're putting the finishing touches on the parking lot. Everything has been paved in the front. Right now the guys are coming in with the rollers, and they got the steel drum roller on it and they got the pneumatic roller on it, and that'll just compress everything in and flatten everything out. The rest of the crew's out there on the street cleaning up the street where some of the asphalt fell. If you look at this older parking lot here, this parking lot was laid about a year ago by another company. So where we've laid the new blacktop up to the old blacktop, there's going to be a seam there, but not much of a seam. It buds up against it pretty nice. And as this new parking lot ages and it cures, the color will all come together too. In about a year from now, after this parking lot cures and has been driven on, they'll come in with a seal coat, and a seal coat on top of everything will make everything black and blend again. So when you're adding up to the old blacktop with new blacktop, you're gonna see a little bit of a seam, but if you do it right, it matches up pretty nicely, and that's what you got here.
And that's the thing with blacktop. You can always add new blacktop up to old blacktop, and it ties in pretty well. Well, once we're done paving an area, we always like to come in and do cleanup. Cleanup is the last touch, but such an important touch to a job like this, because we want everything to have very nice curb appeal. So, always, at the end of the job, we clean up our streets, we clean up our edges to make everything look nice and polished up in the end. Then our striper guy will come out. He'll chalk everything off, draw off the lines, and then he'll stripe it and start making it pretty and putting in the handicaps.
And this is what the front side of the parking lot looks like after the stripe work has been complete. Pretty new white straight lines directing traffic. And that's exactly what you want on a commercial parking lot.
And as you can see, adding new stripes to a newly paved parking lot does make everything look very beautiful and finished off.
And now, so our paving work starts on the back lot. You can see it's early in the morning and we're starting to lay our strips of asphalt. Waiting for more blacktop to come, and this will be done soon.
So this is the last phase of the job here. This is the back gravel parking lot. This is where the prison faculty parked all their big transport vehicles at. And this was probably the worst shape area of the whole project that required a lot of prep work and a lot of road base prior to laying the blacktop. There was a lot of holes and a lot of ruts, and when it would rain, if it would rain, there would be a lot of water puddles out here. So obviously the blacktop cleans it up and smooths it up for a nice surface for them to park their vehicles on. And it's the same process as the front as it is in the back. Hot mix asphalt laid nice and thick on the gravel. Our army of guys come out, get this thing knocked out quick. Same amount of equipment, same process. Laying blacktop, laying it in nice. On a parking lot or a driveway, it's the same process. Rubber tire roller comes in, smooths it all up, makes everything look ironed out, gives it a nice, pretty appearance. And as you can see when we're complete, everything looks pretty, tight, black and smooth.
And we are wrapped up out here in Anson, Texas on this commercial parking lot for this prison. Well, the loop has been paved, the front parking lot has been paved and striped, and the back parking lot has been paved. If you remember, it was just a dirty old gravel lot. Now it's black, it's smooth, it's clean, and it's paved. And the prison personnel has a place to park all of their vehicles on. So on your parking lot, driveway, ranch road, city street, maybe blacktop is the option for you. If it is, make sure and call CD Paving and Seal Coating.
And so this is what it looked like before, and now this is what it looked like afterwards. It really doesn't matter what kind of a surface we're going over on top of, whether it be a gravel parking lot or an old asphalt parking lot, and it doesn't matter what kind of shape it's really in. All the prep work will be done first to make sure that when we do pave it, we're going over a nice, smooth, compactable surface. and all that prep work will be done prior to the paving. So just like on your parking lot or your driveway, if you need to get paving work done, this is exactly what it'll turn out like after we're complete. So no matter what, on your parking lot, driveway, ranch road, city street, or whatever, make sure and call CD Paving and Seal Coating.